calling them out on their bullshit ultimately, is that going to be enough of a driving force to drive them to change their business operations, to be cleaner or whatever else?
Yeah, I think, barring some last days event in the next year or so, I think this is, again, a matter, it doesn't need me or the bright guy in the back of the room to go and tell the client that, because I think that they're finding that out every day by themselves. So I feel like the momentum is headed in that direction. And again, we can talk about Moore's Law or the proliferation of chat rooms or whatever the hell else, but because these dialogues are taking place, because the world is talking about it, brands are going to have to deal with this. And again, the most successful ones are out in front of dealing with it. The least successful ones are going to find out soon enough, or they're going to go out of business. General Motors.
Now I'm just curious, a lot of big corporations or big companies are used to speaking with one voice.
Yeah.
And how do you coach people to start this idea of these newer interactions are about individuals talking to other individuals?
Mm-hmm. That's a great question. And because I do focus a lot on the web in built environments, it's easy to talk about that Web 1.0 and Web 2.0, that one is a one-way, hey, I'm talking to you, and the other is we're having a conversation. And if we can all get to the point and realize the conversation is going to happen whether you participate in it or not, then it's pretty easy for brands to understand that they need to be participants, that there isn't an option for that, that it's going to happen sooner or later. Again, you can show them examples of that, but the best thing is to show them positive examples of it.
Right, but you show them this idea of having like a brand ambassador where you have an actual human being with a name that talks to their clients as a person to another person?
Yeah, we go way beyond that usually. I mean, that would be one like really discrete methodology, and which may or may not work, street team, whatever. Usually we try to go get into their operations. So I have a client that does fractional jet ownership. Anybody looking for a jet, by the way? Because they've got some availability. And what we discussed with them is that they needed to think about their brand in a way that isn't just for rich people, but how are their, the people that make $9 an hour that answer the phone when you say, hey, gas the jet? Like a bunch of things have to happen after that. So we worked with them on building a bunch of operational tools that operationalize their brand, their interactivity, so that they remember that you like 2 cubes of ice in your Johnny Walker the next time you fly. I mean, that's a stupid example, but basically using some old school CRM methodology, they understand their customers better. Their brand is about interaction, not just getting on the jet and going somewhere, but everything that happens before, during, and after. And in that case, that really helped that brand take a big step forward, because they understood it wasn't just about flying airplanes, it was about the entire experience. Just like a website isn't just about the color and the look and feel, but how well does it actually work. So a lot of times it's getting into the operations to do that. You use the example of a brand ambassador. It's usually a mixture of things, and normally human beings need to be involved in addition to technology. Yeah?
Yeah, I was just wondering how you deal with the idea of sponsorship. I mean, we have a brand, we have a whole bunch of sponsors, and so how does that work in that kind of conversation?
Careful. There isn't a great answer for this. Normally that works best when the sponsors and the brand are sitting on a similar messaging platform, and when they're really carefully thought out, and it works. Everyone's getting exposed in that sense. So it's like saying, hey, me and these 3 friends, I vouch for them and they vouch for me. A lot of brands are actually moving away from this. Cause marketing was the big thing in the 80s and 90s. And now when you see cause marketing, you almost never see what the cause is. You just see somebody walking for a leave. I walk for a leave, and I'm going to give 5% of my profits to charities. Because a lot of those charities are so afraid of what being involved with a big pharmaceutical company might mean for them. So there's no easy answer to your question other than just careful. Really vetting who those sponsors are, not just going for the dollars, because there is a downside risk if you're involving a sponsor that isn't the right person. Maybe he's going to get caught doing bong hits in a college dorm room, and things don't look. This happened to me. So it don't look so good for you. Sorry, in the back. And I think we probably need to wrap in or we get close. Okay. Yeah.
So back to McDonald's kind of story. If you would run McDonald's, and I'm a manager of a store, and I start my own blog talking about McDonald's, I start my tweet, and also put a YouTube camera every single day on a 24-hour basis showing what's going on in the background of McDonald's. want me to continue or would you stop?
If it's a great question. I don't know if everyone could hear that, but he was saying if a manager decided to be authentic and interactive of a franchise, what would the overall owners think and do? And I think you put me in that role. Is that right?
Yes, I would do this role.
Yeah. Well, if I want to keep my job and I want my stock price to go up, I absolutely would do that. But I would do it along with some guidelines. McDonald's is great with operationalizing things. Wherever you go in the world, you're going to get the same damn Big Mac. It's going to be exactly the same. They've got a McDonald's university you have to go to. What if one of, or two, or three, or a PhD at the McDonald's courses, or a PhD at the McDonald's university was about this very thing? And so you can give people a sandbox. It doesn't need to be the whole earth. You don't need to say, hey, okay, we're going to be interactive, do whatever the hell you want. It means, hey, here's what authentic dialogue looks like. Hey, here's some tools. Here's a McDonald's branded blog. It's got great interaction. It's even better than the drive-thru. But put those tools out there, get out ahead of it, and absolutely not only allow it, but push it forward. Yeah, great question. I think that's it. Hey, thank you guys very much.